Hello and welcome to Heritage Fields at McCombs Park in New York City. You're watching the 2023 COPA PELIGRO tournament. I'm Jim Flanagan on the Gremlins Network. Be with you in just 1 second. This is a 7 o'clock scheduled start. It'll be the New York Gremlins taking on Team Kennedy, also from New York City. So I suppose we can say this is for the Battle of New York. Happy to have you with us wherever you may be. This tournament featuring 8 of the best teams in the world, and on the field right now, the #1 ranked New York Gremlins on a 7-game win streak. Andrew Kirkpatrick, the big fellow in the circle. Blake Hunter will do the catching for the Gremlins. Defensively for New York, left to right on the infield, it's Ray Mackey, Evans at short, Nick Mullins at second base, and Eric Ochoa. First pitch swinging, ball hit in the gap. That one's going to roll all the way to the fence. Rounding second and giving a look at third, he'll take the double. That's Martin Magula leading things off for Team Kennedy. See on that in the replay, split the gap, went right to the fence, so easily to second. Thought about third, but decided better. That'll bring up Yusuke Morita, left-hander with the unique batting stance, as you see. Crouch way down. Looks at a ball inside and down. Finishing the defense for the Gremlins in the outfield, left to right on your dial. Matthew Waugh in left field, Benny Noka in center, and Zenon Winters swinging a hot bat out in right field. Swinging a miss on a good rise ball from Kirkpatrick. Morita will be followed by Manuel Godoy hitting in the 3 spot, Javier Caballero, the DP, in the cleanup spot. Pablo Figueroa, the right fielder. Just missing with that one inside. Alejo Munoz, the catcher, will follow Figueroa. Matt Harrow batting 7th, playing at third base. Abelardo Puñas batting 8th, a little flare right at Cole Evans. He smothers it for out number 1. Just underway in the 7 o'clock scheduled start, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Great crowd on hand here at McCombs Dam Park. Right now it's Manuel Godoy at the plate. Manuel, of course, from Argentina. These fields in the shadow of the new Yankee Stadium and actually overlays the ground for the old Yankee Stadium. The old Yankee Stadium where, of course, Babe and Lou played. Here in this one, we have another Lou. That's Wayne Laulu. He'll be the DP for the Gremlins when they come to bat.
Es el bateador por el equipo de la Kennedy. Preparado de nuevo el zurdo, afuera el lanzamiento. Strike cantado en la esquinita de afuera.
Kirkpatrick, the third Gremlin pitcher we've seen in the tournament. Both of the other 2 have pitched very well. The youngster from Australia, Jack Bisgrove, 16 strikeouts in his opening night victory. And Pablo Migliavaca from Argentina. Swinging a miss. Kirkpatrick catching a cleat or something out there. A little extra oomph on that pitch. Migliavaca with 12 strikeouts in his victory.
Bienvenidos una vez más, estamos en la Supercopa Peligro por en su quinto partido en el día de hoy, así que bienvenido para todos. Patrick sigue lanzando el veneno.
Gracias, Topo 15, corredor en segunda, un out.
Foul ball off the screen. We talked about it earlier, the backstop very close to home plate. So most of the balls that get away come right back to him. We haven't seen any kick sideways, but that's what it would take for the runners to move up. Also a big overhanging chain link, gobbling up a lot of those foul balls. Grounded out to second. Nice play by Mullins. A little spin. And he flips over to Ochoa for the out. Great defensive play by Mullins. We'll see it here on the replay.
Para poder completar la jugada por la vía 43, aprovechó el corredor y se fue hacia la tercera base.
Got over to the ball just in time, then a little spin to come up and make the throw. Moving over to third on the play is Magula. So now just 60 feet away, but 2 outs. And that'll bring up Javier Caballero, the DP for Team Kennedy.
Caballero batea por primera vez, encuentra el corredor en tercera con 2 outs. Bajito el lanzamiento. Primera del primero, partido número 4 en este diamante. Alta y afuera.
Up and out of the zone on that one. Defense for the Gremlins straight away. Corners just about even with the bag. Again, it's Ramaki at third and Ochoa at first. In on the edge of the plate. Nice location by Kirkpatrick.
Caballero en el otro play dio un cuadrangular con 2 en base.
The wind blowing left to right across the infield, third to first. It's been a windy day off and on. A lot of the balls in this afternoon's game getting up in the jet stream. The ball will carry here. Right now blowing sideways more than out. Foul tip. You probably hear our Spanish-speaking broadcasters in the background, so we're simulcasting going out in English and in Spanish. Bienvenidos to any of our Spanish-speaking fans found my channel. You can hear it in Spanish as well.
El equipo de los Gremlins de New York.
New York taking on New York. Team Kennedy scoring opportunity right now. Just missing with that one. Kirkpatrick takes a long look in. Thought he might have had that one, but down to first goes Caballero. So aboard with a walk. That puts runners at the corners.
Y el público mucho más emocionado, señores. Este es el partido que estaban esperando todos, señores.
And we'll bring Pablo Figueroa, the right fielder, to the plate.
El primero lleva uno. Trae 0 bola para el bateador. Ahí va pasando el tren 4 cargado de pasajeros, Topo 15.
Todavía viene gente para acá ahora.
Preparado Patrick.
Swing and miss late on that one. Good velocity from Kirkpatrick. Andrew, of course, the longtime ace of the Gremlin and Australian national team. Lots of experience in that circle. Grounder hard to Mullins. He'll flip the short way to Evans. Again, Mullins on the end of a nice defensive play. So the side retired on the 4-6 putout. Fielder's choice for Pablo Figueroa, and Kirkpatrick strands the runner at third base. For Team Kennedy in the first inning, no runs, 1 hit, 2 men left. We'll head to the home half of the first right after this. We'll be right back. Home half of the first inning here in the 2020. Day to see who plays who.
Arturo Valdés en el pitching box, preparado, cogiendo las señales, lanza.
Off the plate, and Ramaki works the walk.
Y base a primera base con una transferencia más para el equipo.
Walks were very much the story in the Gremlins' first game.
Cuando viene el bate, Girón.
5 walks in 1 inning, 8 on the night. So they cashed those in for a 5-run second inning. Only 1 hit in the inning. That was a 2-run single by Ochoa. But the walks got the AWP Lumberjacks in trouble. Benny Noka at the plate right now. Ben, another from New Zealand.
El equipo de la Kennedy haciendo historia en esta 24ª Copa Peligro Sport.
That one's lifted out in left field down the line. Morita's going to give chase. Not in time to get to it. That one landing foul. Inoka, longtime member of the New Zealand Black Sox national team. He's been playing at the World Championship level since 2009, that 2009 cycle. So 5 or so World Championship tournaments for him. Lots of experience and lots of talent. One of the very best players in the world. checks his swing. They'll ask.
Dice
Nope.
que sí, que lo
They
pasó.
say he did go.
Strike cantado el primero. Digo, el segundo lleva 2. 2 strikes, una bola para el bateador Enoka. Preparado Valdés. Oyendo las señales de su catcher con mucha calma.
That one bounces about 6 feet in front of the plate. So Valdez struggling with his control a little bit here in the early going in the first.
Bueno, vamos a recordarle que estamos transmitiendo también en vivo a
The
través
count on Enoka now at 2-2.
Softball Premier TV. Ahora estamos hablando en inglés, ¿ok? Como le gusta.
Valdez, as you can see, is wearing, I guess, the equivalent of a catcher's mask of the old style. So a bar in front of his face to protect himself. Some of the hard hit balls we've seen from the Gremlins, probably a good idea. That one's a little flare. It's going to go foul up along the right side. Sort of a check swing by Enoka. Looked like it might not have been the pitch he wanted, but with a 2-2 count, not prepared to let that one go. So he fouls it off and he'll set it again. Eric Ochoa, the cleanup hitter on deck.
A Roberto Rojas en la bala, candidato a diputado de Ultramar.
Preparado Arturo.
That one's lifted long and foul out of play over on the left side. Change-up thrown by Valdez.
En Santiago allá en Plaza Amarilis, frente al home, ahí tenemos a Moreno.
Very important pitch, the change-up, especially with hitters at this level. You've got to do something to play with the timing and their balance, otherwise they'll have a field day. Gremlins did that this afternoon, scoring 15 runs in their 15-1 win. So they are on a hot streak. Zenon Winters with 2 home runs this afternoon. Wayne Laulu, as we mentioned, a majestic shot, carried well past the left field fence. So plenty of power. That includes Enoka. Grounder high, hopper to third. Harrow goes the short way to second. Gets the force out, so 5-4 if you're keeping score with us at home. Enoka now safe at first on the fielder's choice. There it is again. Easiest play he had. So Enoka takes Ramaki's place down at first. It'll be Eric Ochoa to try and score a run here for the Gremlins.
Eric Ochoa.
Eric, one of the leaders of Team USA national team.
Una información de Peligro Sport.
Been a member of the Gremlins now for some time. Found himself in a comfortable spot in the cleanups. That one goes all the way to the screen, but as you can see, it comes right back to the catcher Munoz. So Benny going nowhere at first base. Flags again are blowing from third base side over towards first, so a little extra boost if Ochoa can get the ball over on the right side or up in the air. Looks at a wall off the plate, off to the races is Benny. He'll slide in safely as the throw is run down by the shortstop, Nestor Nova. So Enoka with a stolen base now in scoring position.
Arturo Valdés, oriundo de Sinaloa.
We'll see if Ochoa adjusts to just making contact. One of the very best hitters in the game. He'll go the other way with it.
Siendo honor. Preparado, cogiendo la señal de su coche con mucha calma.
Prize ball stays upstairs high away from Ochoa.
Dos out. Los Gremlins amenazando corredor en segunda, pero hay 2 out.
Bueno, claro que sí, ya Veneno, la situación un poco difícil aquí porque tiene un corredor en segunda. Puede tratar de hacer la carrera, pero está constante nuestro amigo mexicano.
Preparado Arturo, cogiendo las señales de su coche.
High again away, and Ochoa aboard with a walk. So Valdez pitching carefully to Ochoa. He had first base open after Enoka advanced to second. So runners at first and second. And that'll bring up the hot-hitting Zenon Winters. Winters with a pair of home runs, had 3 hits in this afternoon game. So it won't get any easier for Arturo Valdez here.
Que viene a batear una vez más, bateador zurdo.
2 outs in the inning, trying to get his team back to hitting. That one bounces in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Moving up 60 feet are Inoka and Ochoa. So it's Inoka at third, Ochoa at second, with Winter at the plate. Saw Gremlins coach Greg Hicks coming out to have a word with the home plate umpire. I think that's what they're going to be discussing. I think perhaps asking if the ball got inside the line of the dugout, maybe. The catcher Munoz didn't catch it, kind of had his hands up as if to say, where did it go? And it rolled towards the third base dugout. Home plate umpire is going to come back and tell Greg Hicks something. Don't see any changes from the standpoint of the runners, so I think just telling the coaching staff of the Gremlins what they decided and why. Greg says okay.
Así es. El equipo de la Kennedy completamente entregado a ganarse esta copa. Pero hay problema en el camino. Arturo Valdez, el mexicano.
And the pitch to Winners. Foul tipped. Munoz jumping on top of that. Looked like the ball was up and away a bit.
Hay 2 outs.
The ball's Winners hit out today. 2 of them were up in the zone and right in the wheelhouse. That one was away. Hard grounder up along the bag at first, foul. So Winners continuing to chip away at the pitches. He'll find one he likes, or so he'll try.
Así es. Arturo Valdez, oriundo de Sinaloa, México, en el pitching box, reforzando el equipo de la Kennedy. El equipo de los Gremlins de New York. Corredor en segunda y tercera, 2 outs.
Grounder out to second base. He'll go the short way for the out, 4-3 on the putout. Side retired, and Valdez pitches out of trouble for Team Kennedy. For the Gremlins, no runs, no hits. A couple of men left. We'll head to the top half of the second inning. No score. 7 p.m. start. Gremlins and Team Kennedy. We'll be right back with more great action from the COPA PELIGRO. Top half of the second inning for Team Kennedy. They'll send up their 6, 7, 8 hitters. That'll be Munoz, Hero, and Nova.
Vamos para la segunda parte del segundo inning de este partido. La parte alta cuando viene el bate Figueiredo, el right fielder. Una información de Peligro Sport. Tú
sabes que Figueiredo viene de ganar corona, ganar en Italia. La situación allá en...
No, Alejo Muñoz es el bateador. Muñoz.
No es Figueiredo.
Sí, no es Figueiredo, es Muñoz.
Blake Hunter doing the catching again in this one as he did this afternoon. The other mainstay behind the plate, Nick Mullins, out at second base, so a very versatile lineup that the skipper, Greg Leather, has at his disposal. Many of the players able to play multiple positions. Outfielders trade sides from time to time. We've seen Avery in left and right field. Meanwhile, down at strikes goes Munoz for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up third baseman Matt Harrow. Good change up in for a called strike. The bottom falling out of that one. Defense pretty much straight away. Benny in center field, shaded just a little bit towards right field. Corner infielders maybe a step or so in front of the bag. There's that change up again, and a good one. And again a strike. So Harrow's been looking on at some of the harder stuff that Kirkpatrick has thrown to the other batters, but diet of change-ups. There's a hard one. Mullins will have to hurry. Flips it over to Ochoa for the out. Slow roller. See it on the replay. Got just the top half of that ball. Sort of dribbled out to Mullins, but he makes the play. Two up and down quickly. So the center fielder, Abayardo Puñelas. Out to Cole Evans is short again. A close play at first. 6-3 put out. So Kirkpatrick making quick work of Team Kennedy in the second inning. 3 up and down, no runs, no hits, and nobody left. To the home half of the second we go. No score in this one. For the Gremlins in the home half of the second inning, it'll be 6, 7, 8. That's Laulu, Evans, Hunter, and if we get that far, Mullins. I had to smile as the inning came to an end. The first hitter for the Gremlins, Wayne Laulu, was already on the field right around home plate with his bat in hand. He was ready to go. We saw the towering home run he hit out today, and it looks like Wayne can't wait to get up there and do some more. The spirit and the soul of this Gremlin team. He'll keep the squad up whether he's playing or not, but playing he is today and contributing in a big way. Very likable guy, very popular among his teammates. Keeps everybody loose, but he gets to the plate. It's all business. Rise ball upstairs. Wayne, 1 of 5 of the New Zealanders on this Gremlin team. That one drops in on the outside edge, so Arturo making good use of both sides of the plate against Laulu.
Arturo Valdez en el pitching ball.
One stays upstairs.
De Boca también. La gente del lado para allá, Santiago, Boca.
Bola pegada.
San Francisco de Macorís.
They ask on the call, but they say no.
Y ahí son mucha gente. Lo que digan me dicen. Cuba, México.
Arturo Valdez en el pitching ball.
That ball downstairs, so Laulu works the walk to lead off here in the second inning. He'll head down to first. It'll be Cole Evans, the member of the Australian
Y los equipos
excuse me, New Zealand
tener pendiente que hay que mantener su ritmo
national team.
Un corredor en primera, peligrosa la situación. La voz de Jack Penino.
The New Zealand portion of this Gremlin lineup. That one's fouled straight back to the screen. Waiting on deck is Blake Hunter. He'll be next. Noise you may hear in the background, the night train tracks up above us and behind us. We are right at the intersection of a couple of streets right down in the heart of New York City. So all the noises, all of the things you see and hear about New York City, they're all true. It's been a loud, boisterous crowd in the tournament, especially tonight before the game. You see some drummers out here, some percussionists, lots of music playing in between the games. It is quite a festive atmosphere out here. Very unique among tournaments. When people talk about Peligro, they say once you've gone, you've got to come back.
Diego Santiago.
Santiago, la ciudad corazón.
Ahí.
El son de Queca.
Misses inside does Valdez.
Gente de Moca. Está por ahí.
Evans with a solo home run this afternoon, so good power from
Arturo Valdez,
the 7th spot in the batting order. In for a call strike right on the inside part of the plate. Munoz framed it well. Evans just caught looking. You'll see it here on the replay. You judge. Right off the knee. So one out in the inning. That'll bring Blake Hunter to the plate. Hunter, a member of Team Canada's squad. Swing and a miss late on the rise ball. Good velocity by Valdez. Shortstop Nova for Team Kennedy plays a little shallower than some shortstops. Likes to get up on top of that ball.
Un saludo especial ahí para Peterson Molín, está con nosotros. Tenemos una gran actividad el próximo martes 11.
A trade-off, you give up a little bit of range, perhaps going to your right, but some shortstops like that. Try and play everything off 2 hops. Don't let that third one bite. Laulu showing his base running prowess over there, trying to convince Munoz that he's headed into second base.
Arturo Valdez en el pitching box. Cogiendo las señales de su queche con mucha
Swing and a miss, Hunter late.
Hizo swing al aire.
So a little more velocity out of Valdez in this inning. 2-2, that seems to be his best pitch, at least tonight.
Crecido Arturo Valdez en esta ocasión, representando al equipo de la Kennedy que no quiere mañana. Preparado.
Pitch to Hunter. Inside, just missing. Not far from where the pitch on Cole Evans was, just a little bit higher and a little bit inside.
Si usted no se tomó la pastilla, coja para cazador y regrese para atrás, porque aquí cualquiera se va a morir de un impacto del corazón.
Un out. Corredor en primera.
Foul tip straight back to the screen, just missed that one. Pretty good elevation on the pitch from Valdez.
Esta es la Supercopa Peligro Sport en su 24ª temporada.
Outfield playing fairly deep, or deeper than they have on some batters. So anything in front, Hunter's going to have himself a base hit, will drop in.
Y el sacrificio que ustedes se merecen.
This is inside, and Hunter works the walk.
El lanzamiento de las 4 balas y base a primera base con una transferencia más para el equipo de los Gremlins que amenazan ahora al corredor en primera.
The headline on the story from opening night's game was a walk in the park for the Gremlins. Thus far, we're only in the second inning already. 4 walks given up by Valdez. He managed to escape trouble in the first inning, leaving 2 aboard, but right now it's Laulu at second. He reached on the walk, and now Hunter at first likewise.
para buscar entonces la segunda posición. Es como la segunda posición. Cualquiera que gane de ellos va a ganar en primer lugar.
Problem with
Cualquiera.
walks, besides the obvious, you got a team like the Gremlins, they will make you pay every time. They don't need free passes to score runs, but if you give them,
Con el que gane en el primer partido de mañana.
they will score runs in bunches.
Eso es
Ahorita mismo.
antes
Nick Mullins will be the
a
batter.
las 10 de la mañana.
Nick at second base tonight, chance to drive in the first run of the game.
Ah, eso no tenemos numerito
Todavía.
todavía.
El break que va avanzando ahora.
2 on, 1 out.
Según las horas que habían pasado.
Al bate por el equipo de los Gremlins, Roy. Encontrando corredores primera y segunda con...
That went in for a call strike. Mullins didn't think so, but
Bueno, el partido final de mañana empezaría.
I think as a catcher, Nick's used to saying, as long as I get that call on my guy.
Casi dárselo por seguro. A las 4 de la tarde podría ser el partido final. Para el día de mañana. Y a las 10 inicia.
Hard rise stays upstairs.
Alto de lanzamiento para Roy, que batea por segunda vez. Primer batazo falló.
Nova very active out there at shortstop, finds himself behind the pitcher right now. Looks like he's trying to block out, perhaps keeping Laulu from picking up any signs. Pretty obvious about it that last time. They're having a laugh about it. Nova fairly tall, I'd say maybe 6'2" or so not someone you can see over the top of.
Bienvenidos.
And then right before the pitch moves back to his position. Foul back to the screen.
Visita Peligro Sport 2200 de Amsterdam Avenue. Guantes, bates y pelotas, además todo tipo.
Picking pitches, it's an art. It's somewhat of a science, I suppose, but everybody does it. You do as much as you can, try and help your team. Laulu now looking around the other side, trying to
Va a quedar en primero adelante.
help his teammate out.
Sí, señor.
Swing and a miss on that one. Down goes Mullins. Second strikeout of the inning for Valdez.
Otro más.
Para la escuelita de Mazambula vamos a mandar ese.
That'll flip us back to the top of the shop. It'll be Matthew Waugh.
Para Checo también. Mazambula tiene como 8 ya.
Mazambula tiene unos cuantos ahí guardados.
A Checo.
See Waugh redrawing the back of the batter's box with his bat.
Corredores de las almohadillas.
Meanwhile, it looks like Hunter coming off on the 2-out catcher rule. Ironically, another catcher running for him. It's Mullins. But he was the last out, so he's at first with Laulu at second. Pitch wide outside.
Roy es el bateador.
Looks like the skipper, Greg Leather, over in the third base box. He will be the one talking to Laulu if the ball's hit beyond the infielders.
Roy es el bateador. Arturo Valdés en el pitching ball, cogiendo la señal de su coche con mucha calma.
Outside again.
Afuera el lanzamiento.
Wow, one of the leading hitters in that Chiefs Challenge tournament, the first one of the year. Gremlins dropped their first game, came back and won 5 to capture the cup.
Ave María.
Trying to add another cup to their arsenal here in New York City. That one's hit on into right field. It's going to fall in. Around third comes Laulu. He'll have a run scored. Mullins over to third, so the Gremlins score a run and runners at the corners. Let's watch the replay. Not a deep ball, but got where they couldn't get to it, just beyond the reach of Magula at second. And Laulu had a full head of steam, comes around to score the first run of the game. So an RBI for Waugh. He continues his hot hitting. Mullen, as we said, at third now. And the batter, New Zealander Jerome Remaki.
Todo eso es permitido.
And it looks like we'll have a pitching change. We'll get the report on that one, come right back for more action. But a pitching change, Gremlins on top 1-0.
Vamos a recordarle que hay un cambio de lanzadores. Se lleva el mexicano y llega para toda mi gente ya veneno, el japonés. Todo el mundo espera a este muchacho aquí. Vamos a ver qué viene a continuación.
Se llevan ahí a Arturo Valdés.
Bueno, llegó el cambio. Sigue llegando la gente. Tararina, el lentólogo. Full power. Llegó el japonés. Uno de ellos, ¿verdad? No tiene espalda. Tienen uno de ellos, señores. Saludo especial para cada uno de ustedes que están con nosotros aquí en vivo. Y los que están a través de las redes sociales por Softball Premier TV. Bienvenidos sean todos. Agradecido como siempre en este tercer día consecutivo, dándole a ustedes lo mejor de lo mejor. Saludos para Peña, mi primo, el gran árbitro.
Yamawaki. Yamawaki.
Bueno, el pitcher japonés que entra al pitching box, Yuya Yamawaki.
Yamawaki.
Yeah. Ese es el nombre de ese lanzador que está ahí. Yuya Yamawaki.
Es casi todos los Yamawaki.
Yamawaki. Yuya Yamawaki.
Parecido, más o menos. Ya calentó, ya viene ahí.
So the pitcher for Team Kennedy, Yuya Yamawaki, Yamawaki if you're scoring with us at home. So an early hook for the starter Valdez. Valdez pitched well at times, but the walk the primary problem. Right now the Gremlins with runners at the corners trying to add to that 1-0 lead. Rimaki walked in his first trip to the plate, one of the 4 issued by Valdez. Swing and a miss, Jerome late on that pitch.
Rimaki es el bateador.
Un saludo especial ahí para Alexis Beliar, que está transmitiendo ahí en República Dominicana. Pero Jack.
Preparado el pitch.
Shortstop Nova for Team Kennedy shaded a little bit towards second base. The third baseman Matt Harrow over by the line, so a pretty big opening in that 5.5 hole if Rimaki can go the other way.
El japonés en el pitching box.
Lifted out into left field, carries pretty well, but Morita with the play makes the catch out in left center field for the final out. So the side retired, but the Gremlins grab a run on the one-out single by Matthew Waugh. To the third we go. New York Gremlins 1 and New York Team Kennedy 0. We'll be right back with more great action from the COPA PELIGRO tournament. And back to the action we go. We've been talking about Mr. Nova, the shortstop. He'll lead things off here, batting out of the 9 spot for Team Kennedy. Then back to the top of the order we'll go. It'll be Magula to follow and Morita. Andrew Kirkpatrick in the circle, the starter for the Gremlins. Lots of crowd noise out here. We had a full percussion set. Snare drum, tom-tom, and the big drum playing in between innings. You can't get excited when you're out here at Peligro.
Ahí lo tienen, el mejor.
Not going to be able to anywhere else. It's a great crowd all the way down the foul lines. A good crowd behind home plate. Foul ball goes off into some of them on the right field side. There's sort of three sections loosely set. Most of the seating is what you bring, so a little hillside to the left, almost like box, terrace, and low seating, three different levels. Even some people up along on the street looking over, leaning over on the fences, looking in. All the way down the left field foul line as well. Patrick's pitch to Nova. Little flare out into right field, giving chase is Zenon Winters. Captures it for the first out. You see the ball was a little bit up and Nova not able to do what he wanted to with it. Ball carried well, but Zenon right there for the out. Here's Martin Magula. Martin reached on a single his first trip to the plate, got as far as third, but did not score as Kirkpatrick pitched out of trouble.
Pegado el lanzamiento, la primera mala, una bola, 0 strike.
Sigue llegando la gente ya al veneno.
Por Trulla.
Pero por Trulla, mira que tenemos atrás de ti. Esa figura.
Mi respeto.
Magala went to left field with that single back in the first. Waiting on deck, Yasuke Morita.
Preparado de nuevo.
Rise ball stays upstairs.
Especial para Cibaito. Me dijeron que compraste todos los lentes. Al lentólogo le hiciste un especial.
Lifted out into center field. Benny Noka, a can of corn out there, makes the catch for the second out. A couple of fly outs here in the third. There's the replay. Looked like the ball was away, and again, not getting quite enough of it. And retired on the fly out. That'll bring up left fielder Yasuke Morita. Love that stance, wide open, crouched down, a la Pete Rose, I guess, or Ichiro, depending. Had himself a home run on opening day. Did a bat flip that wound up in the dugout. So some surprising power. Swing and a miss. Didn't hold back on that swing.
Kirkpatrick en el pitching ball, cogiendo la señal de su coche con mucha calma. Preparado, bajito el lanzamiento.
Ball downstairs for a ball. A little hard to pitch to a player like Morita. Doesn't give you much of a strike zone to work with.
Kirkpatrick se mantiene en el montículo. Lanzador zurdo.
High hopper over Kirkpatrick. Mullins makes the nice play on the high hop. And the side retired. So a 4-3 put out, 3 up and down. And Kirkpatrick again sets them down in order. That is 7 straight retired by the big fellow. To the home half we go. We'll be right back with more of the 2023 Peligro Cup. And we're back for more great action from the 2023 Peligro Cup right here in New York City. For the Gremlins, they'll send up 3-4-5. That means Inoka, Ochoa, and Winters, 3 of the very hottest hitters on this hot-hitting Gremlin squad. You're watching the PELIGRO Cup on the Gremlins Network. We'll be with you through the rest of the weekend. A couple of more games on tap and broadcast tomorrow. Keep an eye on the Gremlins Twitter page for the times and opponents on that one. Currently 2-0 in the tournament. So looking to grab a top seed if they can hang on and win here.
No solamente puede hacerlo PELIGRO. Sí, señor.
Inoka reached on a fielder's choice his last time. Only at bat of the game thus far, so 0 for 1.
Cantado el primero, lleva uno. El japonés tratando de dominar los bates de estos bateadores. Bajita el lanzamiento. Se niega la cuenta 1-1. Bueno.
Yuya Yamawaki in the circle, coming on in relief of Arturo Valdez.
Preparado de nuevo.
Little change up. Turned his wrist over on that one, showing the change, but out of the strike zone, so Inoka lays off.
Preparado nuevamente el japonés, llega el lanzamiento.
Downstairs for a ball.
Pase por gol en el primero. Fly al left field en el segundo. Batea por tercera vez. 3 bolas, 1 strike para Inoka. Una información de peligro.
Mr. Nova, the shortstop, now backing up to normal depth on Inoka.
El japonés en el pitching ball. Oyendo las señales de su queche. Cuanto el swing.
They're going to appeal the call, and I think they're going to say he swung. Inoka was heading down to first. Thought he had himself a walk. Here's the replay. You be the judge. Couldn't quite hold up there.
El japonés chequeando los pormenores de su queche. 3-2. No cabe más. 1-0 el partido. Preparado.
And that is ball 4 up and away on Inoka. So he winds up down there anyway.
A su bateador, Inoka, que va rumbo a la inicial con vía base por bolas, permitiendo aquí un corredor que se envase para el equipo de New York.
Walk number 5 surrendered by Team Kennedy. 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Ochoa is the batter. He reached on a walk in the first inning. Ball away, gets away from Munoz for a moment, but Benny's staying put.
Yuya. Yuya Yamauki es el lanzador que ustedes están viendo ahí en el pitching ball por el equipo de la Kennedy. Preparado de nuevo.
That one grounded foul up along the left side. As we said, Ochoa will go the other way, has good power in that direction as well. Think Tony Gwynn with power when you look at Ochoa. His spray charts all colored in.
El japonés en el pitching ball cogiendo la señal de su queche con mucha calma. Corredor en primera, no hay out.
Lays off the low one. So the starter, Arturo Valdez, struggled to throw strikes, issued 4 walks. And his replacement, Yamawaki, seems to be suffering a bit of it himself.
Tremendo partido, 1-0. Parte baja del tercer inning. Partido empatado a 7 innings. Preparado de nuevo. Foul.
Lifted foul. That one fouled off that top screen that eats up the foul balls we talked about. Of course, you don't like issuing the walks, but I guess from the standpoint of the hitters, too, there's a tendency to get a little impatient. Maybe you swing at a pitch you shouldn't because you get tired of being walked.
Sin out. El japonés en el pitching ball. Cogiendo la señal de su queche con mucha calma.
Rise ball upstairs, and Ochoa is aboard the second time tonight with a walk. So 6 walks on the night, 2 in every frame. Things won't get any easier. It's Zen and Winters coming to the plate. Zen 3 hits in this afternoon's game. The win over Fisher fastball of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. 2 of those left the yard. Nova, the shortstop, now playing a little cat and mouse in front of Inoka, as he did with Laulu last inning, trying to keep him from picking up the signs. Outside, taken for a ball. No, in for a called strike on the edge. Not the pitch Winters was looking for anyway.
Invito la Kennedy. Preparado el japonés, cogiendo la señal de su queche, lanza.
Downstairs ball. Benny a little bit taller out there, or maybe standing on his tiptoes to look over Nova as he continues to block those signs.
Así que ya entra el coach manager a conversar un poquito con él. Tiene corredores en segunda y en primera base el equipo de New York Gremlins. Vamos a recordarle que este próximo martes 11 tenemos el juego de estrella en el gran All-Round Game de la Liga de Softball Peter Softball League. Eso es ahí los diamantes de Lehman College. Están todos invitados. Martes 11. Este mes ya entró Julio.
Sí, ya Julio vino.
Ya llegó Julio.
Vino bien y suave.
Skipper for Team Kennedy just taking a moment, trying to settle his pitcher down.
Claro que sí, saludo especial para Chiquito.
2 runners aboard already, nobody out in the inning. 6 walks on the night for New York Team Kennedy against just 2 strikeouts.
Ahí están todos de la Liga Kennedy ahí sentaditos en primera página.
Center fielder Ponuelas shaded just a little bit toward left field on the left-hander Winters.
Corredor en primera y segunda. No hay out.
Foul tip strike. Winters, longtime member of the Australian national team, they tell me has officially retired, but only for that program, anything but when it comes to the Gremlins.
Okay. El japonés cogiendo la señal de su queche con mucha calma. Corredor en primera y segunda, no hay out.
Downstairs for a ball, it skips away and takes a carom towards the first base dugout, so the runners will move up 60 feet. Inoka down at third now. Ochoa at second.
Con este lanzamiento muy malo que no la pudo retener el cacho, eso le permite a los corredores avanzar a tercera y segunda. Colocado en posición anotadora, cualquier cosa.
First base open, you have to think he's going to pitch carefully to Winters, the walks notwithstanding.
A los New York Gremlins.
Winter sigue bateando. El japonés chequeando su queche.
Grounder hard to second. He'll make the play at first. Checking in with another run is Benny Inoka. Across the plate and the short walk into the dugout. We'll watch the replay. Good contact there, good high hopper, the only play he had. Magala over to Godoy for the 4-3 putout. And Zenon picks up another RBI. Moving over to third on the play is Ochoa and Laulu, the hitter. Wayne reached on one of the walks in his first and only at-bat thus far in the second inning.
Afuera el lanzamiento, Laulu es el bateador. El bateador designado. Una base por bola en el primero, batea por segunda vez. Anotó la primera carrera.
Off the plate downstairs for a ball.
No trajo nada, ya Pelino. El lanzador.
Un out. Corredor en tercera, 2-0 el partido. Preparado el japonés.
Hard grounder in the 5.5 hole into left field for a base hit. Ochoa checks in with run number 3, and Laulu aboard with an RBI single. Here's the replay. Got the ball up on Wayne, drove it into left center field. So he's aboard at first base. Still just one out. Cole Evans is the batter for the Gremlins. Blake Hunter on deck will be next. And it looks like we'll have another pitching change. That's Josh Pettit, if I'm not mistaken, coming out of the third base dugout. We'll break and be back for more great action while Pettit takes his warm-ups. So Josh Pettit comes on as the third pitcher for Team Kennedy. Cole Evans will be the batter. Dwayne Laulu down at first base. Pettit was a member of this Gremlin team just last year. Gremlins winning the men's major national tournament, then going on to the ISC and falling just short of capturing both crowns. Pettit pitched for them in that game. So no stranger to the green and gray is Pettit. Pettit hails from New Zealand. A little bit harder thrower than Yamawaki, to be sure. Lifted high to right field. It's going to carry back to the fence, and it's gone. Home run for Cole Evans. Got it up in the jet stream, and it just continued to carry. Coming around in front of him is Mumu. He pinch ran for Laulu. And Evans has himself the second home run of the day, going the other way. So the pitching change, not what Team Kennedy wanted. Cole Evans got a pitch he liked and a 2-run homer. That gives the Gremlins 4 in the inning, 4 runs to go with the 1 they had, so 5-0. And Blake Hunter at the plate. Figueroa looked like he might have had a bead on it, played the fence very well, went back as if he was going to make the catch right near the fence, and it just carried.
2200 de Amsterdam Avenue, guantes, pates y pelotas, además todo tipo de uniforme. Peligro Sport, además tiene todas las gorras de las grandes ligas que usted quiera. No importa cuál sea su equipo favorito, ellos lo tienen todo.
Así es. Preparado, Piti. Alto el lanzamiento. 4 carreras por 0 el partido. Arriba los Gremlins de New York. Bueno, cogiendo la señal de su queche, George Preparado, va batazo.
Laced into the gap in right center field. That one's going to take a couple of hops, and the hands go up. That'll be a ground rule double for Blake Hunter.
Un bao. Doble.
Doble por regla el batazo.
Watch it on the replay. Looked like it might roll to the fence, but pretty hard hit ball. Just kept on going, bounced right out.
Tiene poder Hunter allá.
Doblete ahí.
So Blake Hunter at second now
Hacia la calle.
with the double. Third hit of the inning for the Gremlins. And to the 9 spot we go, Nick Mullins. Nick, a strikeout victim in his only trip to the plate back in the second inning.
Preparado Josh. Afuera el lanzamiento. Para el bateador.
So the offensive juggernaut that is the New York Gremlins continues to tally runs. 2 of those coming in, though, on walks in this inning alone.
Strike cantado. Llega de la cuenta, una bola, un strike. Siguen llegando fanáticos Topo.
Y van llegando más. Creo que pararon el tren porque había demasiada gente. Tren 4.
Prize ball stays upstairs for a ball.
La segunda mala.
Arturo Valdez started the game for Team Kennedy, gave way to Yuya Yamawaki. Both of them had problems throwing strikes, and now Josh Pettit, the third pitcher. Swing and a miss late is Mullins.
La bola su strike para el bateador.
Vamos a recordarle, gente mía, gente buena, que si usted quiere verlo por su celular
2-2 to Nick.
o por computadora, solamente tiene que entrar a las redes sociales y poner Softball Premier TV.
2-2 de la cuenta.
Swing and a miss, foul tip late. Down goes Mullins the second time tonight. 2 outs.
Se lo llevaron. Súbete. Qué bárbaro.
That'll bring up Matthew Waugh. Here's the pitch on Mullins. Good location by Josh Pettit. Waugh 1 for 2 on the night. Flied out his first trip and then singled to right field last time up, as in last inning. He's the 8th batter for the Gremlins here in the third. 4 runs in already, 5 on the night.
Bueno, 16 detrás de su uniforme.
Took a little bit off that one, in for a called strike.
Lleva uno.
Nestor Nova, the shortstop for Team Kennedy, continuing to run the blockade game on the Gremlins. Stands in front of the runner at second base, trying to block the signs. No extra help, not that they seem to need it tonight.
Béisbol en acción.
Ave María, Marito Reyes. No es fácil. Hombre preparado para todo. Para todo.
El pitcher preparado, lanza. Strike cantado a la misma esquina de afuera.
Peligro Sport 2200 de Amsterdam Avenue, guantes, bates y pelotas, además todo tipo de uniforme. Peligro Sport. Esta es la Copa Peligro en su 24ª temporada.
2 trae una bola, preparado Josh.
Foul tip straight back to the screen, just missed it.
No bate de foul, visita Peligro Sport en el 2200 de Amsterdam Avenue, guantes, bates y pelotas, además todo tipo de uniforme.
Facial expression from Waugh suggesting that was a pitch he wanted, just missed it. A ball and 2 strikes. Josh Pettit ahead against Waugh. But Waugh, good contact hitter. We'll see him maybe shorten up a bit on the 1-2 pitch. Little flare out into left center field. Giving chase is the center fielder, Panuelas, all the way over in front of Morita in left field. Nice catch by the center fielder. So the side retired, but not before the Gremlins cash in. 4 runs on 3 hits. To the home half we go. Back for more action at the COPA PELIGRO. New York Gremlins on top of this one, 5-0 over New York Team Kennedy. As we head to the top of the fourth inning, it'll be Godoy, Caballero, and Figueroa. Godoy grounded out to second his first time to the plate, his only at-bat thus far.
Una información de Peligro Sport.
Godoy, one of those great young players from Argentina.
5-0 el partido, arriba los Gremlins de New York. Parte alta del cuarto episodio. La Kennedy no ha visto todavía el home play. Preparado.
Took a little bit off it out in front of the pitch was Godoy. A little flare out of play on the left side. Fans still continuing to stream in here at McCombs Dam Park. They call these fields, there's actually 3 of them overlaid on the old Yankee Stadium turf. They call them Heritage Fields. City of New York and the New York Yankees making sure that the community had a replacement. When the new stadium was built and opened in 2009. September 2008, last game played in the old ballpark, which stood here for 8 decades, starting back in 1923. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig in the 20s and 30s, giving way to Joe DiMaggio and company in the 30s and 40s. Mickey Mantle, 50s and 60s. Now it's all rise for the judge. Godoy didn't like the call, but he's down on strikes. He'll have a word or 3 with our home plate umpire. Watch the replay. You be the judge. Outside edge, I think. Caballero, first pitch swinging. That's Javier. He's the DP for Team Kennedy.
Caballero es el bateador por el equipo de la Kennedy.
On the outside edge again for a called strike. The Yankees on the road for this weekend, so once again, men's fast pitch. Putting more fans in the seats than they are over at Yankee Stadium right now, which sits empty.
Dos strikes, una bola para el bateador.
This New York Gremlin franchise got its start right here in New York City back around 2007 or thereabouts. Grew out of a modified fast pitch, the old slingshotters. They used to play over on Randall's Island at those fields. Team got better and better by the year and continued to build to the current version of the Gremlins, number 1 in the world. Meanwhile, down on strikes goes Caballero, so 2 consecutive strikeouts. That's 9 retired in a row by the big left-hander, Andrew Kirkpatrick. The batter is Pablo Figueroa, the right fielder. Way back in the batter's box, as you can see on the screen. Change up downstairs for a ball.
Bajito el lanzamiento para Pablo Figueroa. Dominicano, al fin. Sí. Cayó la primera vez por la vía 46.
Swing and a miss. Good inside location by Kirkpatrick. Jack Besgrove, the youngster from Australia, 16 strikeouts on opening night for the first win. Pablo Vaca, 12 in his win. And Kirkpatrick sets down another 1, 2, 3, 4-3 on the putout.
En 4 entradas y media la pizarra indica Kennedy 0, los Gremlins.
To the home half we go. We'll be back with more action and the Gremlins. Fourth inning for the Gremlins. They'll send up 2, 3, and 4 in their batting order. That'd be Ramaki, Anoka, and Ochoa. Zen and Winters if we get that far. The Gremlins sent 8 batters to the plate back in that third inning, scoring the 4 runs. Ramaki, the only hitter who didn't get a chance in that inning, he'll lead things off here in the fourth.
En este partido final de la tarde de hoy, todavía mañana hay más partidos. Quien gane aquí se sienta tranquilo. ¿Ok? Ya lo sabe, Jack Veneno.
Yo soy el pitching box, cogiendo la señal de su queche con mucha calma. Iba a tirar, aguantó el swing. Afuera el lanzamiento.
Ramaki 0 for 1 on the night. Walk back in the first inning, did not score. Slow roller out towards second, takes a crazy hop over the right shoulder of second baseman Martin Magala. Nothing he could do. So Ramaki gets a single here. You can watch it on the replay. Looks to be rolling right towards the second baseman Magula and just carry up and over his shoulder. So the Gremlins with another runner aboard. It's Benny Noka at the plate. Little slow roller to third. They'll have to hurry. That's not going to be in time as Inoka runs well. So Ramaki with a crazy bounce infield single to lead off. Inoka follows with a slow roller and good speed going down that line. So a couple of infield hits, 2 aboard, nobody out. And that'll probably put Nestor Nova, the shortstop, back to work with the blockade of the signs. We see him stepping in front of Ramaki. Ochoa is the hitter for the Gremlins, batting out of the cleanup spot. I think we may have yet another pitching change. Josh Pettit coming off the field, looking to hand the ball to somebody. We'll wait and see who it is. Neither ball hit especially hard, but Skipper trying to keep things moving. It looks like it'll be Valdez, the starter, coming back in. So Valdez started, gave way to Yamawaki, who gave way to Pettit, and now full circle back to Valdez. We'll be right back with more right after this. So Arturo Valdez coming back into the game. We keep defensive boards here in the booth so we can keep track of who's playing where. We had Valdez penciled in as the pitcher. Our dry erase pen disappeared, so his name never got changed. And he's taking care of that for us now, right back into the game again. Ochoa at the plate with 2 runners aboard. Nova, the blockade game at second base on the signs. Ramaki is the runner at second base and giving Nova a little more pushback out there. At one point leaning over so far to his left that Nova had to put his glove out to block the line of vision, line of sight for Ramaki.
Bajita la segunda mala para Ochoa. 5 carreras por 0.
It's Ramaki at second and Oka at first. Nobody out in the inning. Ochoa at the plate with Zenon Winters waiting in the wings.
Jugadas de nosotros play. Tararira. Medio personal de José Mateo Peligro. Strike cantado en la esquina y afuera.
A lot of work out there for Nova to continue to run the blockade because he's having to scamper back to his position at short. At some point, maybe it catches up with him. Thus far, it hasn't. Hard to get those feet set so quickly before the pitch. Upstairs for a ball.
Alto lanzamiento.
Super Copa Peligro Sport en la ciudad de Nueva York, el evento más esperado de todo el mundo, señores.
A game within a game. You can see Nova doing that all night long.
De diferentes estados y más de 20 países están reunidos en un solo.
Ramaki getting a pretty good look right now over the right shoulder.
Preparado una vez más el mexicano. Listo.
That ball caroms and carries all the way down to the first base side. Got away, no play Munoz could make. Ramaki now at third base. So it'll be Ben Inoka at second to parry with the shortstop Nova. Down to first on the ball on the walk goes Ochoa. So the base is loaded for Zenon Winters. 2 infield hits, a walk, and the base is loaded for the Gremlins. Golden opportunity to break this one open. In for a call, strike on the outside edge. Winters looked it all the way into the glove. Thinking a little bit outside, but not the pitch he wanted.
Preparado de nuevo Arturo Valdés en el pitching ball. Oyendo las señales de su queche con mucha calma.
On the same part of the plate outside, edge for a called strike. So Winters behind 0-2. Good location by Valdez. Other than the walks, he pitched fairly well in the early going. Pitched out of trouble in that one big inning. So the score could be worse. But usually the hard stuff seems to be the ones he's most effective with. Munoz setting up outside on the lefty Winters. They've worked that outside edge twice for the 2 strikes. Banuelos shaded, the center fielder shaded over towards left field. Big gap in right center. Swing and a miss, and Winters down on strikes. So Valdez working Winters away, and then takes him up the grain elevator for the swinging strikeout. Wayne Laulu is the hitter for the Gremlins. Bases still loaded. First pitch swinging, the strike on Laulu. Wayne 1 for 1 on the night, a single. Also the walk, has scored 2 of the 5 runs for the Gremlins.
5 carreras por 0 el partido.
That one right down the heart of Main Street for a call strike. So Valdez, as he did with Winters, working ahead. 0-2.
El público emocionado. El público tratando de asimilar lo que está sucediendo, pero no estaban esperando que este equipo de los Gremlins le llevara la ventaja de 5 carreras a los Kennedy, New York. Pero es así la situación.
That one stays upstairs and away. Trying to stay out of the wheelhouse for the big fellow, Wayne Laulu.
México, de todos los países están aquí, uno de cada quien.
La base llena. Hay un out. Nuestra es una bola para el bateador. Preparado Arturo.
Change up and grounded into right field. Goes the other way with it. In comes Ramaki for a run, and right behind him is Inoka sliding in safely. So Laulu with another hit and 2 more RBIs. 7-0 now, Gremlins. Here you watch it on the replay. You can see it was a changeup. He got fooled initially, but managed to stay back and get just enough of it. That those big strong forearms going the other way with it for the 2 RBI single. That'll bring Cole Evans to the plate. Evans with a 2-run homer tonight. That's coming off Pettit, who had just come into the game. So 2 runs in. The runners now at first and second. It was Ramaki and Inoka scoring. That means it's Ochoa at second and Laulu at first.
Preparado Arturo Valdés en el pitching ball. Cogiendo la señal de su queche con mucha calma. 7-0 el partido.
Little curve ball. Started out as a rise and breaking out away from the strike zone.
No queremos que le pongan los tickets. No estamos regalando tickets ahora. La policía no está en regalar tickets.
Corredor en primera y segunda. 1 out.
That one bounces in the dirt. Or did it hit him? Evans aboard. Heads down to first base. So it's Laulu at second. And Ramaki at third. The Gremlins once again with the bases loaded. Seems like they've had that all weekend long. 7-0 and Hunter at the plate. Gremlins threatening to break this one wide open. We're in run rule territory now, so the Team Kennedy having to think about closing the door so they get their full set of at-bats.
The
Gremlins run rule winners in 5 innings this afternoon over Fisher fastball. 3 more ducks on the pond sitting out there for New York.
7-0. Parte baja del cuarto episodio. Preparado el pitcher de nuevo Arturo Valdés.
Swing and a miss late. Good rise ball by Valdez. Little extra oomph on that one. He seems more comfortable throwing the hard stuff, but of course you can't do that all the time against hitters like this.
Preparado Arturo Valdés. Chequeando la señal de su queche.
Hard one again, right down Main Street. Hunter knew it. Throws him. So the strikeout by Hunter, that gives the Team Kennedy 2 outs. And will bring Nick Mullins to the plate. Mullins 0 for 2 on the night, a pair of strikeouts, looking for his first hit. Ooh, just missed that one. Straight back to the screen. He knew it. Looks back as if to say, I'll take another of those.
La gente sigue llegando y sigue avanzando, llegando con nosotros aquí. Mañana a partir de las 10 de la mañana estamos de regreso a nuestros grandes finales que ya se aproximan ahí. Mañana llega todo, señores. Final, dicen yo, mañana.
Ochoa at third, Laulu at second. Cole Evans down at first base. Pitch to Mullins, stays upstairs for a ball.
7 carreras por 0. El equipo logra la base llena. Preparado Arturo en el pitching ball, cogiendo la señal de su queche con mucha calma.
Good over the top drop in for a call strike on Mullins.
Lleva 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes now. Valdez trying to get his team off the field. Pitch out of trouble here. Foul tip back to the screen again. A little bit up, but Mullins not content to take a pitch that close. Hacks away and fouls it off. Panuelas, the center fielder, shaded a little bit towards left. Big hole in right center. Anything on the grass should score a couple. Swing and a miss by Mullins. Down on strikes he goes. So Valdez does his second time around what he couldn't do the first time. Pitches out of trouble there in that inning, leaving the bases loaded for the Gremlins. But they had a pair. 7-0 now as we head to the top half of the fifth inning. We'll be back with more exciting action here at the PELIGRO Cup in New York City. Top of the fifth we go for Team Kennedy. For the other New York team, Team Kennedy, they'll send up 6, 7, 8. That'll be Munoz, Hero, and Panuelas, the center fielder. Andrew Kirkpatrick, the starter, still on for the Gremlins. Little roller out to Andrew on the first pitch. He'll make quick work of that for the out. That is now 11 batters in a row that Andrew has set down, going all the way back to the first, or the third out of the first inning. The only runner for Team Canada to reach base was Javier Caballero on a walk. And Maguela, who led off the game with a single. So just 2 base runners. So the big left-hander has really settled in. Little flare up the middle, diving play by Nick Mullins. Looked like it had base hit all over it. Let's watch that one. That was a pretty play. We'll see it on the replay. Looked like he had no chance at it. Diving, throws himself over the bag. Makes the catch on the other side of second base. Great play, Nick Mullins.
Esto está siendo grabado, transmitido en vivo a través de todas las redes sociales por Softball Premier TV. Y esa jugada, te lo digo, que se ha presentado ya más de 3 veces.
So the string of batters consecutive now at 12 for Kirkpatrick, thanks to the nifty glove work by Mullins.
Ave María, está asegurándose Patrick aquí con esta jugada del segunda base.
Preparado de nuevo.
Hard grounder just beyond the reach of the diving Cole Evans. And off to the races he goes, heads out and slides into second safely. Didn't break stride. Here we see it again on the replay. Evans diving, extending as far as he could, but a hard struck ball carried into center field. And you see him already around first base before the outfielder can pick up the ball. Nice piece of hitting by Panuelas. That does break the string. And it'll be Nestor Nova, the 9-hitter. Shortstop for Team Kennedy.
Nova es el bateador. Tiempo pedido.
Nova, mi gran amigo Nova, está bateando.
Hard one. That one's going to wind up in the first base dugout. Yes, that's why the on-deck hitter is over on the left side, trying to stay away from those.
Domingo Moffler, Kennel Bronx en el 19-0-0 con Domingo Mofo.
We talked about Team Kennedy working to stay out of the run rule situation that would end the game early. So a big run potentially on second base right now they'd love to have. The score is 7-0.
Cristian, nuestra gente buena de la Kennedy están por ahí. También Oscar Moore. ¿Cuántos muchachos buenos están por aquí de la Liga Kennedy? 158 Riverside.
Another foul tip off that chain link fence that overhangs home plate.
Recuerda que esta es la Super Copa PELIGRO Sport en su 24ª.
I think if we didn't have that overhanging chain link, we'd be chasing a lot of balls down the streets here. This ballpark sits not very far from the traffic driving by. Little flare likewise off the top of the screen.
También tenemos a PELIGRO por allá. Usted pase por allá por Santiago, Plaza Marilis, frente al home. Párese y no deje de pararse ahí. Y pígale a Moreno. Ahora lo tenemos de vacaciones, pero Moreno está allá siempre. Que lo mandó ya Pereno y el Top Kings.
Preparado de nuevo, cogiendo la señal de su queche.
Missing inside with that one. Andrew coming off the pitching plate a little off balance on that one, trying a little extra oomph, I think. Swing and a miss, good rise ball, and down on strikes goes Nova. And the side retired, and that is the aforementioned run rule. So Team Kennedy unable to get that runner home and stay alive. New York Gremlins winning this one 7-0. Great night for Andrew Kirkpatrick. Set down most of the hitters, had 12 in a row at one point. So the third consecutive New York Gremlin pitcher to notch a complete game win. They finished the pool play portion of the tournament with a 3-0 record. Jack Besgrove will win, Pablo Migliavaca will win this afternoon, and now the big fella Andrew Kirkpatrick with another. So they have put themselves in a good spot for seeding in tomorrow's playoff round. Be sure and check the New York Gremlins Twitter page. They'll have the scores and matchups for the playoff round tomorrow. Thank you for watching here on the Gremlins Network. All the production work courtesy of Sports Softball Premier TV. Luciano Lofano doing all the work here behind the keyboard. He's the one that gives you all of those great pictures to see. And of course his lovely wife Carol down on the camera, down the first base side, likewise, as they give you the very best package of sports action here from the PELIGRO Cup. I'm Jim Flanagan for the crew here. We're going to sign off. See you tomorrow. Don't want to miss the final games in this tournament. We'll be on the air for at least 2 of those games. Again, check the Gremlins, New York Gremlins, it's NY Gremlins Twitter page. They'll have all the details. From New York City, in the shadow of Yankee Stadium, so long.
For the latest in softball innovation, the website where you can experience the best tournaments in the Americas. Live games, news, tournaments, and much, much more. The best quality live softball, on demand so you can watch when you want. Become a Premier member now. SoftballPremierTV.com. Live it on softball.